The topic today is worry, peace, and biofeedback. Worry, peace, and biofeedback. As you're sitting here right at this moment, as you know, there are millions of biochemical events going on throughout your body, in your muscles, in your organs, blood vessels, and neurons. Right at this moment, as you're listening, there's neural activity in your auditory nerve projecting to your temporal lobes what you're hearing. The sodium pump, sodium, calcium, potassium all moving. You're getting electrical impulses accompanying it. Spikes of electricity. So it's an invisible world. And you're going to see today we're going to measure some of mine, some of your invisible worlds. We're going to actually measure your invisible world. Something you can't see, but something you're going to learn how to sense it when certain electrical activities are going on. You're going to be able to sense it as we go into particularly the biofeedback. So you have the neural impulses, the sodium pump. Now keep in mind, to understand neurophysiology, every neuron, it's an all or none effect. It either fires or it doesn't fire. It gets a stimulus, it fires or it doesn't fire. And the same with every myofibril, every muscle. Every muscle fiber either fires or it doesn't fire. So today we'll be looking particularly at motor neurons that come and innervate the striatal musculature in your body. You have the smooth muscles that are primarily not under your control, like the heart. But then you have striatal muscles, your skeletal muscles that move your limbs, your jaw, and so forth. We'll be looking today particularly at the frontalis muscles on the forehead as a reflector of tension states of being worried. We're going to talk about how to reduce that, achieve more peace of mind. There's not one person on the earth today who does not want more peace of mind. And we're going to talk about the essential prerequisites neurophysiologically, psychologically, and spiritually on how to achieve that peace. Now, you have your neurons. We'll go a little bit into physiology, then we're going to go into the actual practice of electromyography. The neuron has an axon. It's the long part of the neuron that conducts the electrical impulse, the biochemical electrical impulse. It reaches dendrites, then there's a synapse, a little space between that and the next neuron. And then neurohumor is released, chemical. Could be acetylcholine, there are various neurohumors. That chemical then goes to the next dendrite and stimulates the muscle, stimulates that neuron. So at this moment, you've got thousands of firings of neurons right along from dendrites into the axons, through the synapse, into the next one. And you get these action potentials to record it electronically. Now the same thing happens with activating your musculature. The neuron, you have basically what's called the motor unit action potential, which is what happens as the electrical potential goes through the neuron into the muscle. You have the neuromuscular junction where the neuron reaches the muscle. That's the neuromuscular connection. Now, for those who are interested in exercise, and they're working out, and all of a sudden they find you just can't lift anymore because you're lifting and lifting and lifting, the first thing that fatigues is not your muscle. What fatigues out are the neurons. What happens is the lactic acid builds up and blocks those synapses, and therefore the firings can't work anymore from the neuron onto the musculature.